The Dallas Mavericks season has officially come to a close, and the evaluations are underway starting with Naji Marshall. While the team finished with a disappointing 26-56 record, Marshall proved to be a rare bright spot by posting career highs in both points and assists while showcasing elite finishing ability inside the paint. We are breaking down every player on the roster, so dive in with us as we grade his performance and debate whether his bargain contract makes him a long-term asset or a prime candidate for a summer trade.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
With the future centered firmly on Cooper Flagg, the Dallas Mavericks front office faces a critical choice between a patient rebuild or an aggressive push to compete immediately. We are looking at 3 specific trade targets who could fast-track this process, including the lethal 3 and D wing Trey Murphy III, defensive anchor Jalen Suggs, and the floor-spacing veteran Andrew Wiggins. Each player brings a distinct set of skills, but the team must decide which direction best fits their vision for the coming year. The Klay Thompson experiment in Dallas is hitting a major crossroads after a whirlwind 2 seasons that saw the team shift from championship contention to a complete roster overhaul. Klay Thompson joined the Mavericks with the clear goal of winning another ring, but with the team entering a rebuilding phase, a trade seems like the only way to respect his competitive legacy. We examine why his value remains high enough for a move, and why both the team and the future Hall of Famer might be better off parting ways this offseason. Cooper Flagg is making his voice heard after a brutal rookie campaign, explicitly stating that he is tired of losing and is using this frustration as fuel for his summer development. It is a massive wake-up call for the organization, which must act rapidly to surround their 19-year-old superstar with a winning roster to avoid future complications. We are tracking every move the front office makes, so make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on the latest Dallas Mavericks news. Ever wonder what happens when championship expectations crash headfirst into a 26-win reality? For the Dallas Mavericks, the 2025-26 season wasn't just a disappointment. It was a total disaster from the moment they dropped Game 2 to the Washington Wizards. But in a locker room filled with cold shooting and missed goals, one guy actually moved the needle. Today, we're grading Naji Marshall. Believe it or not, Marshall finished the year second on the team in total points. Now, as impressive as that is for him, it tells you everything you need to know about how rocky this season really was for the Mavs. Let's talk about the glow-up. Marshall looked like a completely different player as a ball handler, shooting a blistering 67% from within 5 feet. That little push shot, it was practically automatic. Because the team was desperate for backcourt depth, Marshall was forced into point guard duty, and frankly, he stepped up, posting career highs of 15.2 points and 3.3 assists per game. But let's keep it real. It wasn't all sunshine and highlights. The glaring issue remains his outside shot. He managed just 29% from deep, which is a massive letdown considering we were all hoping he'd replicate that 38% clip he had in New Orleans. Add that to a slight dip in his on-ball defense, and you have to wonder if the extra offensive load just wore him down. So, where does that leave him? The Mavs are absolutely stacked at the forward position with names like Cooper Flagg, P.J. Washington, and Caleb Martin. With Marshall entering the final year of a $9 million deal, he's a prime trade candidate. Dallas has a tough decision. Do they lean into his growth, or do they cash out while his value is high? What do you think? Is Naji a core piece or a trade chip? Smash that subscribe button and let me know your take in the comments below. After all, in the NBA, you're either building for a ring or you're building for the future, and Dallas is running out of time to decide which one it is. What if I told you the Dallas Mavericks' darkest season was actually the brightest start they've ever had? After a rough 26-56 finish and the post-Luka era officially kicking off, the lottery gods have handed them the 8th best odds at a franchise-altering #1 pick. And that means Cooper Flagg is the name on everyone's lips. But now the real question begins. Do you settle in for a long, painful rebuild, or do you step on the gas right now? If you ask me, with a cornerstone like Flagg, the temptation to win immediately is just too high to ignore. So let's look at three guys who could turn this team around, starting with the Pelicans' Trey Murphy III. Look, is he expensive? Absolutely. You'd have to empty the cupboard of your remaining draft capital, but imagine a 3-and-D wing who can create his own shot and put up 21 points a night. That's the kind of player that elevates a roster overnight. Of course, the bidding war might get crazy, so if Dallas wants to keep their war chest intact, they need to get creative. That leads us to Jalen Suggs. Now, the shooting numbers are inconsistent, sure, but his defensive intensity at the point of attack. Elite. Pairing his defensive grit with Kyrie Irving's playmaking could give Dallas a backcourt that finally balances out that new defensive identity they're so clearly chasing. And if neither of those fits the vibe, you've got the ultimate wild card, Andrew Wiggins. He's the perfect, aging veteran who doesn't need to be the star, but brings high-level floor spacing. He shot over 41% from deep last year, and a defensive pedigree that fits perfectly next to a young stud like Flagg. It's a move that keeps the competitive window open without burning the whole house down. So, what do you think? Should the Mavs push all their chips into support Flagg immediately, or is patience the ultimate virtue here? Drop a comment below to let me know your take, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the future of the Mavericks. At the end of the day, building a championship team isn't just about the stars you sign, it's about the culture you craft while they're still learning how to win. Ever wonder what happens when a championship-caliber veteran finds himself caught in the middle of a total organizational rebuild? Klay Thompson went to Dallas for one reason: to win a ring. He turned down more money elsewhere because he believed in the Mavericks' finals momentum. But fast forward to today, and the landscape has shifted in ways no one saw coming. With Luka Doncic shipped off to the Lakers, and the Mavs pivoting toward a future built around Cooper Flagg, Klay is suddenly the odd man out in a long-term project he never signed up for. It's a gut-wrenching reality check. Klay isn't here to mentor teenagers, he's here to chase hardware. Even after shifting to a six-man role this season, he proved he's still a lethal sniper, showing flashes of that vintage, lights-out shooting even at 36 years old. His recent exit interviews suggest the writing is on the wall. He knows the score, and he's clearly open to finding a contender that actually fits his timeline. Honestly, it's the only logical move for both sides. Dallas needs to capitalize on his value while they can, and Klay deserves a spot on a roster that's actually built to win right now, not 3 years from now. If the Mavs truly want to honor his wish, they need to help him find that next home. What do you think? Is a fresh start the only way Klay gets one last shot at glory, or is there still a path for him in Dallas? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the NBA trade landscape. Ever wonder what it's like to be drafted as a savior, only to watch your team sink faster than an anchor in the deep end? That is the harsh reality Cooper Flagg faced in his rookie year with the Dallas Mavericks. We're talking about a guy who absolutely loathes losing, yet he found himself trapped in a season where the Mavs dropped 56 games, the second worst performance of the entire 21st century. When asked about his takeaway from his first year in the league, Flagg didn't sugarcoat it. He called the experience a terrible feeling, and made it crystal clear that this losing streak will serve as the fuel for his summer grind. Think about the contrast here. Flagg came into the league expecting to contend. He thought he was stepping into a winning culture. Instead, he watched the front office trade away Anthony Davis just a year after moving heaven and earth to get him, and then saw the team pivot into a full-blown tank job by shutting down Kyrie Irving. They dropped 30 of their last 37 games, effectively turning their season into a masterclass in losing. For a generational talent like Flagg, who has probably never experienced a losing culture in his life, this had to be psychological torture. Here is the bottom line. The Mavericks are playing a dangerous game. You cannot expect a superstar to be satisfied with draft picks and future potential forever. Flagg has been a consummate professional, but the honeymoon phase is over. If Dallas wants to keep their centerpiece happy, they need to surround him with actual talent and show him they are serious about winning and fast. History has shown us that young stars eventually stop being patient when the losses pile up, and you don't want to be the team having those uncomfortable exit meetings. What do you think? Can the Mavericks turn this around before Flagg's frustration boils over, or are they already heading toward a messy breakup? Drop your take in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the future of the league. Because in the NBA, talent is only half the battle. The rest is all about whether or not you can win.